Hey everyone, I'm Matt.
Hi, I'm Desiree.
And we're bringing you this week's Rising Tide West Coast Swing Guide.
Well, there's something about starter steps. They are the handshake of West Coast swing dances, the most important part of the beginning of many dances that set the tone. So for this Something About Starter Steps series, we're going to be taking you through your opportunities to advance your basic starter step, to vary your starter step, and then to start dancing your starter step more musically in every moment. For this first guide, we'll be talking about an advanced basic starter step that you can try out getting into the music. We'll look at what the starter step is, and then we'll talk about how to dance it while we follow.
Let's demo it first. Triple step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that might look a little bit different than the starter step that you maybe were traditionally taught in your beginner or your intermediate classes. Lots of times the first starter step you learn looks a little something like side together, side together, side. Or maybe a little more advanced than that, side together, side, and then forward together, forward. And sometimes that can feel a little bit jarring for our followers, especially leaders, for us to just suddenly take them sideways.
And we're not going up and down the slot.
So what we tend to like to do is to start out by actually gathering our weight, gathering our follower with those first two triple steps. So you can see I swing my weight to the right, gather Desiree in, we triple in place, and then we swing to our left leaders. Same thing here for the second triple. We gather our weight and then swing slightly forward.
Yes. For our followers, in order to do this basic advanced starter step, we cannot have our weight all the way on our left like we would if we were doing a side together side. Instead, we want to keep our weight more neutral between our feet. So what I like to think about is taking my whole spine back and creating a little bit of space between my leaders so that there's still nice connection between us right at the beginning, but then allowing my weight to have flexibility in between my feet so that when my leader gathers me up in the middle, instead of taking me to the side, I have somewhere to go from the middle of my center weight there to my left foot, and we can triple together.
Another helpful tip to make our starter steps feel more fun and comfortable is to not just start them from absolutely nothing. So lots of times leaders, we can get into this mode where we're like, okay, where's the one, where's the one, where's the one? Okay, found it, let's go.
He didn't find it.
and that can also feel very jarring for our follower. So just getting us dancing and grooving with the song a little bit before we start actually moving. So I like to do a little bit of a knee pop and weight shift. So on my odd beats, I'm knee popping. On my even beats, I'm shifting weight. Then from here, it feels like a natural transition to gather our follower and go into that starter step.
Now I talked about not wanting to be really weighted on the left-hand side followers like an anchor for our first triple step or that first tap step into the starter, but that's not the case for the second. Here in the second triple, I do need to be anchored because this is that moment again where we're claiming the linearity of our West Coast swing dance and getting ready to be led down that slot. So what I have found is it can be kind of tricky in this basic starter step when we get into it. And the leader gives me a lot of room to connect here and to really fill that space, especially if I'm thinking about filling that space from the shoulder blade. So instead what I like to do is use my hips and to time my hips and the movement of my hips away from my leader as my leader moves their hips away. And I find that gives me a lot more opportunity to fill the space. So don't worry so much about the shoulder blade. Think about, again, connecting away from the hips. And I think that you'll find it a lot more comfortable to get ready to go down that slot.
Our last helpful tip to elevate your basic starter step is that we can blend that basic starter step that we showed you earlier with this tap step introduction. So we don't have to always do that first triple step. We can start with these tap steps and we can keep the groove going. So that tap step can replace the first triple and then we just do the second triple step.
Yeah, and for followers, it's really important to keep in mind that if your leader is doing the triple, and that doesn't resonate with you, maybe they're not projecting their timing that well, or maybe you just like the tap step, it's a-okay to use the tap step. As long as your center is connected with their center, you're going to be okay. So you can choose the tap, you can even choose the triple when they're doing the tap, as long as you're staying connected center to center.
That was your guide. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and check out our website and online store linked in the description.
Have fun!